Hey, Real Nerds listeners, there's many ways you can interact with the Real Nerds podcast. You can email us at realnerds@gmail.com. You can hit us on Twitter at Real Nerds. You want to check us out on Facebook? You can. Just look for Real Nerds Podcast. You want to leave us a voicemail? Just call 720-6nerds5. You want to listen to our episodes? You can check us out on Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
This is Real Nerds Podcast, and for over 10 years, we have seen a new movie and podcasted our experience to the world. This week, we saw James Bond in Ian Fleming's Barbara Broccoli production of No Time to Die.
Wait, you're just going to leave out the Saltzmans? What the fuck, man?
Stay tuned to the end of the episode where we will tell you if we recommend the film or not, play the trailer, and then spoil it. I am here always with my fellow nerds, Brad.
Hey.
Zach.
Hello.
And of course, Corinne, because it's a British movie.
Hi.
And we also talk about movie news, movies that are coming out, movies that we are watching, horror edition, because Brad is a piece of shit motherfucker.
Oh, no, you didn't.
And I'm going to beat him in what we call
keep dreaming, loser.
2021. What are you calling yours, Brad?
The one where I step on your neck and cripple you and never make you want to watch horror movies ever again. That's my challenge.
That doesn't have a nice ring to it, Brad.
It doesn't, but it doesn't have to, because the victors write the history. So
gotcha. Well, I wanted to be like my hero Ryan, so I called mine Zach Spook.
Stop sucking up.
Yeah, that's right.
Brad, you're just jealous because Ryan and I like black and white movies.
I'll tell you, Brad's is actually called Brad's Even Better, Far Superior to Ryan's Halloween Horror Challenge list. Bitch ass motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's maybe my favorite thing that's ever been uttered in one of your movies is Carson when he says bitch ass motherfucker in one of them.
Good times.
What one is that in, Brad? Is that in fuck?
That's the disaster card commercial, because that's he gets they do the home invasion and then Adam turns the tables on him.
That's right. When when he's about to get shot in the back of the head, he's like, bitch ass motherfucker. And then he gets shot in the back of the head. Yeah, I remember that.
It's pretty dark stuff.
Yeah.
Back in 2002 when you could make fun of home invasions.
Yeah. You can still make fun of them.
Yeah.
Speaking of Brad's movies, Brad, is there some news you want to share with us?
Can we stop real fast? Corinne, I am the host. I do the transitions. You do not do the transitions.
Sorry, I'm just trying to help.
Don't need it. Hey, Brad, speaking of movies and awards. Just kidding. Hey, Brad, what happened during the 40-hour film festival best of screening?
Hey, Corinne, you want to talk about what happened at the 48-hour best of screening for me?
Nah. That's your moment in the spotlight.
I had that on stage. We Justice Team won 3 awards. Best actor, tied best actress for Tanya Henderson, best sound design, and best graphics. So, yeah,
best graphics. That sounds like something you did.
That's like the thing I did the most rushed job on in the whole project too, which is hilarious. So, but yeah, it was nice to see Mike and Tanya finally get recognized for their contributions over the years.
I think you're also forgetting that the director brings that performance out of them.
Yeah, that's normally true, but I think anyone who was there that weekend recognizes that I did not focus on coaching anyone's performances. So it was all self.
Nah, I was in the room. You were definitely like, no, do it faster, do it, do it angrier and things like that. You definitely gave some direction.
Did I? Hmm.
Yeah.
I was up already for many hours, so I clearly damaged my brain and forgotten it. I just remember setting up gear most of the time.
Thankfully, some people on that set had gotten some sleep the night before.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, that's the end of the line for Justice Team. And I don't know, sometime soon it'll show up online for everyone to watch. So
I mean, I'm still appealing that decision about best assembly edit. I still think I should have won.
yeah, I mean, maybe next year they'll actually create the category for you.
That's true. It would kind of help if it was there to begin with.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know what else. It was cool, After like 2 years of not doing awards for the 48, we made a pretty cool comeback. So
Yeah, the showing was really fun. Seeing all, like, there was some of the movies that had been in Block D or whatever Justice League had screened at before. So we got to see some repeats, but then it was fun to see some of the others from the other blocks. And it was neat to see like the winning films and everything.
yeah, I think 6 films from our block made it into the best of. And the weird thing about this year's best of was that they had a bunch of awards, but they only screened a couple of the films that had awards. So traditionally, it was that they would screen 12 to 15 films, and then some of those films had awards, but it seemed to flip flop this year. And so it was weird to hand out awards to things people didn't see. So, there was some kind of confused reactions in the crowd of like, I think it was best use of character, and no one saw that character on screen. So they're like, okay, well.
Yeah, I think the Y Factor, the one that was in Block D, they won for best ensemble, and they didn't get screened at the best of.
Yeah, which is I thought that was actually a pretty strong piece. So I'm surprised it didn't get to be seen. So onward to next
variety.
year.
Yeah, a lot of variety within the films. It was
So,
fun.
Brad, I have a pitch for you for next year. Next year, you do a drama. It disappoints everybody because they think, oh, he's trying to go in a different direction. We want the same old Brad. And then the next year you do a comedy, and then that's when you win best film. Can't miss.
I thought you were going to say stop doing it.
No, I'm never going to tell you to give up. Jesus Christ.
That'd be funny though.
You inspire me half of the day, dude. So don't give up. And
Hey, Brad, give up.
Thanks, buddy. Finding some clear, honest communication.
I'm going to make sure I'm the counterpoint.
Stop wasting my life on these dreams. Yeah, I've wanted to do like a serious drama thing, but whenever I do drama, I just feel like it's disingenuous. I just want to make fun of it at some point.
Gotcha.
I don't believe in it. Deep
You
down.
gotta play to your strengths.
Yeah.
The goal is strong.
Even Mike said I should stick to comedy. So
It's like, don't even try, dude.
yeah.
Have you ever done a dark comedy? Maybe that
Twice.
could be a good
Oh,
middle
yeah.
ground.
Oh yeah, fun.
Brad, do you know any other kind of comedy?
Yeah, is there any?
And I guess you kind of have like screwy comedies too. Like Don't Be a Pussy.
Yeah, abstract, like absurdist comedy and dark comedy.
Well, anyways, Brad, good job.
Thanks, man.
I want to say I'm proud of you, but I don't want you to get like a big head. So adequate job. You can do better next year.
Perfect.
I'm proud of you, Brad. I'm proud of all of us.
Thanks. That gives me the fuel to keep going.
Wait, positive reinforcement gives you fuel? Fuck.
You didn't give me
I've been
positive
doing that wrong
reinforcement.
my whole life.
I meant
Brad wants to do a better job out of spite.
your indifference fuels me, Ryan.
Nice. Yeah, maybe I like it. Maybe I don't. I don't know. Try harder next year.
Yeah, you haven't seen it yet, so
I know.
you have no idea what we're talking about.
It sucks because lately all these screenings that you've been doing are always like on a Thursday or a Friday or a Saturday, and I work those freaking nights.
Have you ever made it to a 48-hour screening? I don't think you have.
Yeah, I went to one. It was a while ago. I forget which one it was, but I have been to it.
But hey, I'm sure our listeners really want to hear more about the details, the inner workings of this project I did.
Yep.
So
go shot by shot. This will be your chance for a commentary. So yeah, since Zach kind of fell off, I don't know what's going on with his internet.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there he is.
Okay, cool.
Is that the Verizon guy?
Good. Well, he switched over to another company, didn't he?
I think
Sprint.
it was Sprint, and then now Sprint's owned by T-Mobile anyway.
Yeah, I think there's like 3 cell phone companies now.
So you're saying they're all in bed together and it doesn't fucking matter who's the spokesman for them? Gotcha.
Pretty much.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Should we
What's
go
coming out
around
on
town?
Blu-ray?
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
Oh wow, changing it up.
Oh boy, Ryan. So many things. So many things. How would you like to do one thing and one thing only? Kill Nazis in 4K.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure I'll get a Stern talking to, but
Only if we
Nah.
can drink a bunch of champagne while doing it.
That's a bingo. Yeah, that's right. Inglourious Bastards, the Quentin Tarantino 2009 classic, is coming to you on 4K with an exclusive steelbook as well. And if you also want some Al Pacino and Sean Penn together in a movie, you can get Carlito's Way in 4K. So it's some universal output there.
I have not seen that in forever. I can't remember if I like it or not.
I don't remember a damn bit of it, Ryan. Maybe we should both watch it in the same week and come back with our thoughts.
Yeah, but then I don't want to spend money on it. So is it streaming somewhere?
Oh, I'm sure it is somewhere.
I mean, technically, I am spending money on it because I'm paying for the streaming, but you know what I mean.
They're not. They're just getting your click. That's all they're getting. And by the way, I'm surprised at the things I can find on streaming. I found the Thing 2011 thing with Mary Elizabeth Winstead on Prime, so that's going to be in my lineup to watch. So you never know what you'll find in the streaming world. Kino Lorber is putting out Misery in 4K, the 1990 Kathy Bates James Caan classic, and this is something I didn't realize was happening. But the Columbia Classics Volume 2 4K Blu-ray, so they're doing more of these. You'll get Anatomy of a Murder, Oliver, Taxi Driver, Stripes, Sense and Sensibility, The Social Network. So yeah, those films.
I'm not like a big fan of that lineup.
I mean, it seems like it's things that only I would give a shit about, Ryan. So I understand.
No, I mean, I love The Social Network, but it's weird that it has stuff like Oliver, The Social Network, and Stripes. What?
Wait, which Sense and Sensibility is it?
I'm assuming it's the one from the 90s, Corinne. That's got to be the only answer.
The one with Alan Rickman, Kate Winslet, Emma Thompson, Hugh Grant.
The one with me, Alan Rickman, and no one else.
He's so good in it.
But yeah, I mean, have you ever seen Anatomy
Yes,
of a
it's
Murder?
the one with Emma Thompson.
Yeah, exactly. Ryan, have you ever seen Anatomy of a Murder?
I have. I
But
own
you
it.
probably you'd want the Criterion, yeah.
I own the Criterion one.
But then there you go. Then you're all set. You don't need it. And I know that you're not rewatching Stripes anytime soon. And
I
certainly not
like
Taxi
Stripes,
Driver.
but it's a weird upgrade. And I know that because I was part of this, they do it based on people voting. So that's how we got Last Action Hero on 4K. They didn't put it in their prestigious box, but it's whatever, I guess 5 or 6 movies that are the most vote getters, which I think the Oliver one still like blows my mind. Am I the only one that thinks that movie is garbage or what?
No, you're not alone. I'm not a huge fan of it.
That's weird for an upgrade to 4K, right?
I don't know. I mean, it does have prestige behind it. And it's not like, I don't think it's a sack of trash, but like, I just think there are better Columbia movies they could put on there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a sack of trash. I think it's a sack of shit.
Brutal Frost over here. Kolchak, The Night Stalker, the complete series, coming to you from Kino Lorber as well. And we are also getting from Arrow, Legend from 1985 with Tom Cruise. I'm assuming this is the standard release because we talked about Legend being released last week. So this is the Arrow thing where they release a standard version later. Yeah. Warner Archive is putting out the Ghost Ship and Bedlam. You get a Luton double bill this week. I am definitely picking this up. You know what I'm also picking up, Ryan? You'll never guess. You'll never guess. You'll never guess it at all.
Something that rhymes with Kara.
Oh, well, yes. Now, what would be the first word? Would it be something like Nye Carrera?
Yes.
Yes. High Sierra coming to you from Criterion and on Blu-ray. The Raoul Walsh 1941 classic with Ida Lupino and Humphrey Bogart. This is the film that he made before Maltese Falcon. So this is the film that was able to get him another leg up to get into the Maltese Falcon, which then gives him a leg up to be in Casablanca. And then the legend is, the rest is history, my friends. This will also include the complimentary version, Colorado Territory. So you get different versions of this story being told. And you also get the Raoul Walsh documentary from 2019, which I didn't think would ever come out. So I'm very excited for this.
What's the last movie Humphrey Bogart appeared in, Zach?
God damn it.
That would be Last Action Hero.
I thought you were being sincere. I'm sorry, because I'm not remembering. But I guess technically that's true.
He is.
So does that mean
up with the black and white reincarnation of Humphrey Bogart.
Wasn't he just in Space Jam a new legacy then?
No. That means Ingrid Bergman's last movie was Space Jam a New Legacy.
Fudge. That's right.
Yeah, Ryan. If you wanna joke around, remember what you're doing.
No, when she showed up in Space Jam, I checked out immediately. I'm like, this movie's a piece of shit.
It's the only frames of Casablanca in 4K that we've been able to see. It's stupid.
According to IMDb, it is 1956's The Harder They Fall.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Thank you, Corinne. Let me see here. What else do we got? Free Guy, new release. Free Guy in 4K coming to you. I liked Free Guy. Ryan liked Free Guy. I don't think anybody out there didn't like Free Guy, right?
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 I didn't.
Someone who has a heart as black as the depths of the ocean. I don't know.
You'd have to lead a pretty sad life making 48-hour movies to not like Free Guy.
Screw you, dude.
Well, let me tell you this. Here, I'll offer something up. How about Deadly Friend from 1986 coming to you from Scream Factory? Wes Craven's 1986 shot.
And does everyone know why that movie's so infamous?
Enlighten me, Mr. Frost.
So if you've gone to the Alamo as many times as we have, there's a part where they're like, no talking, and the chick throws a basketball and it hits the dude's head and explodes. That's from this movie.
Nice.
No, I mean, it's not as cool as, and I wish you would shut the fuck up.
Nah, that's funnier. That's funnier. The Flash, the complete series, or the 7th season. Sorry, I was going to be like, yeah, this thing's still fucking going, isn't it? Yes, the 7th season of The Flash is now available for everybody. You can also get The Haunting of Bly Manor. And you can also get a 2-series pack of The Haunting of Bly Manor and The Haunting of Hill House. So all you Shirley Jackson fans want to check that out.
I have the Blu-ray of The Haunting of Hill House, and it's awesome. I wish all the cool Netflix shows would be put out on Blu-ray.
Hey,
I don't
Ryan,
know why they only do some.
I don't know. Hey, Ryan, don't you think it'd be cool if they put some of their movies on Blu-ray too? Maybe a movie by two brothers who never made a bad movie. Maybe get that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe get that fucking shit done, Netflix. Jesus Christ. Stop being discriminatory in your boardroom and actually release shit.
Didn't you get The Irishman on Blu-ray?
Yes, and they also have Marriage Story and Rome. I believe Roma, but Ballad of Buster Scruggs, the last film from them as a team, as of now, is not available on Blu-ray. It is only on their streaming service. So if that means I have to keep buying copies of The Irishman so that they listen to me, I'll do it. I have no problem spending $40 a week.
Okay.
By the way, guys, you're getting The Irishman for Christmas.
No, I'd rather get Cole.
Christmas came earlier this year, Ryan. Came early. There is a steelbook, limited edition steelbook of the Friday the 13th 8 movie collection from Paramount. So Ryan, would you end up getting this? I don't know what the price is on it, but
no, because it's just, so I was actually at Best Buy today and I saw it, and
I touched it too.
You did? Cool. But no, it's, so what they did, and this is, I'm guessing how Scream Factory got the permission to use the Paramount films, is they just repackaged the Scream Factory ones, but for stuff like Friday the 13th, where in the Scream Factory set has a couple discs, this only has the first disc. So it's, I guess if you don't own it and you haven't got the deluxe set and you don't want to own the complete collection, I mean, I guess pick it up.
Or if you think the complete collection is too expensive, then
yeah, because I also saw that that's starting to go away.
wait, really? Like it is limited edition, so it's pretty much like it's run its course now.
So I do know on Amazon they don't have any more new ones. I did see it out in the wild at Best Buy today. So
me too.
Oh my God. If you haven't picked it up, I'd pick it up soon. So it's not like the Halloween set that I have that's selling for over $500 on Amazon right now.
You mean the one that I've got also, and also the standard 10 disc version, and also the 4K versions, and also I've got too many copies of Halloween in the house, Ryan. I have a problem.
The Scream Factory one at Best Buy right now is actually on sale for $95. So
that's a sweet deal.
Yeah,
that is a really good deal. How much did we pay, Ryan? 150?
Yep.
Yeah.
But I got 2 posters.
That's true. I didn't even get that. I don't remember if I got mine from. No, I got mine from Amazon, not Scream Factory. Yeah, that was my problem, you see. You're also getting some reissues of some Miramax movies, or Dimension films, whatever. The Road from 2009 with Viggo Mortensen, which I thought was a pretty good movie.
I like that movie.
Yeah, it's good. Sin City: A Dame to Kill For. That's not a movie I like. I really don't like that movie. No,
that's all right.
It's not the first one. And then a movie called Youth in Revolt from 2009 with Michael Cera.
I do like that movie a lot.
I saw it. I got to see it early at that Stars Festival, and I don't remember going back to the theater for it. I remember enjoying it enough, I guess, but I barely remember it if I'm having to look at it and go like, oh yeah, that existed. A Single Man from 2009. It's just the 2009 lineup, guys. And Survive the Game with Bruce Willis and Chad Michael Murray coming to you on Blu-ray and digital. And the last thing that I've got here is The Hound of the Baskervilles with Peter Cook and Dudley Moore from 1978. So if you want some comedy abound from Code Red, check out The Hound of the Baskervilles. And that is Blu-rays, my friend.
Movie news.
It's real news.
Well, we got some pretty big stories. I think the biggest story of the week, hands down, is we got our first look at Wonka, guys. No, I mean Timothée Chalamet looks like a cool Wonka. That's not really news. What is news is Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has enlisted Will Poulter as Adam Warlock. Now, I know nothing about Adam Warlock. Ryan, I'm assuming you do. Please educate me.
He is known as the perfect being. So, I mean, if you're cast as that, that's pretty awesome, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, so Ryan, why didn't they cast you?
Oh, well, I'm really busy. You know,
couldn't afford me.
Yeah, it's just too much. It's too much work, you know.
What are you, Vin Diesel?
No, being me. But I will teach Will Poulter how to act and get the best out of him.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's what I do. You know.
Right on. Wonderful.
No, he's yeah. You know, I'm not the best with him, but he's yeah, he's kind of like a cosmic Superman, I guess, if I could describe him the best way.
Okay. So he's like,
Um,
but he's probably got a little bit more dimension or something than Superman.
yeah, it's. I mean, he's. Yeah, I. I don't know. Like, I've never been I'm not as big into Marvel cosmic stuff. I'm more of a, Spider-Man street level hero guy.
Hmm.
So I never really got into Silver Surfer or the Fantastic Four. I mean, I have issues, but usually it's because Mephisto shows up. But
Fair enough. Well, I like Will Poulter. I'm sure you all remember a movie called We're the Millers where he's hilarious in it. So, and he's also pretty good in Midsummer, but he doesn't have much to do in Midsummer. So hopefully he gets more to do in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
yeah, I mean, my limited knowledge is I know he's like created to be the perfect person, and then he rejected like his creators and flew to space and had space adventures. I don't know if that's what they're going to do because he was teased at the end of Guardians 2. So,
Oh, that's right. Yeah. The Becky's character is like, yeah, bring it at him.
Yep.
Wonderful. Moving on. Hey, Ryan, do you want to go to California from April 21st to the 24th?
Sure. What are we doing?
We're going to do the Turner Classic Movies Classic Film Festival because it's returning. The theme is all together now, back to the big screen. TCM has announced we are thrilled to be returning to Hollywood for our 13th festival next spring. We are grateful to share the TCM Classic Film Festival with fans virtually the last 2 years, but there's nothing like being in a theater, enjoying the movies the way they were meant to be seen on the big screen. So yeah, we're finally getting the return of that festival, and I would like to make it a mission to actually go to this time. I think that'd be a fun time. So Ryan, make sure you tell Crime to take a couple days off in April.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always keep telling Ryan that's how it works, and somehow it keeps
one day they'll
wrong.
listen.
Time to hold the cops accountable. You have until April to clean up your city.
Fuck.
That's right. We haven't. You know what? That's been the problem, Brad. We haven't set a deadline.
I know it's so open-ended. They just have no incentive to do anything.
How did you know?
Now. If they get the task completed, I'll buy them all a small popcorn at the festival. They got to pay for their own festival tickets, though.
Raid these meth dens or eat these donuts. I don't know.
Oh, well, I mean, I'd pick donuts for sure.
Man. Gosh. Anywho, only two other pieces of news that I really was able to find. William Shatner's going to space. Now, is this something that just landed this week, or have I been living in a hole in the ground for the past couple of months? I have no idea.
I mean, the first I heard about it was a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. So then, yeah, I was living in a hole in the ground. But yes, Jeff Bezos' space travel company, Blue Origin, has announced that the sci-fi TV and film icon would be a crew member on board New Shepard NS-18. The launch will take place October 12th. See, that's a mistake because they got the name of the ship wrong. It's called USS Enterprise. So already Jeff Bezos is fucking up again.
There is a great meme going around where you see Blue Origin and with Khan. So
I was looking at the other one where Kirk's in his yellow uniform and the people around him are in red uniforms. That one's funny. So yeah, Captain Kirk's going to space. I hope it's introspective for him in some way. I don't know what. I would love to know what's going on inside Shatner's head as he's finally in space after being associated with space for so long. And then the last piece of news is we have a legendary death this week that Ryan and I are probably a little bit more in tune with, I guess. Ruthie Thompson worked for the animation on Walt Disney feature films, starting with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, all the way up to The Rescuer. She died at the age of 111. She was a supervisor of the scene planning department at Disney Studios. She helped establish the camera mechanics used to photograph animated scenes and background art onto film. So that would have been working partially with multiplane cameras, I'm assuming, in that process. That expertise earned her a pioneering invitation to join the International Photographers Union in 1952. She said, apparently the boys were impressed with my curiosity and decided that because of what I did mechanically with the camera moves, that I should be part of the camera union. I was one of the 2 women that were taken in. I thought that feels good. So yeah, she started from the very birth of Disney feature animation. She said on working on Snow White, we worked into the night, day after day until we got it exactly right. So she was not only working on that, she was also simultaneously working on the short cartoon Lonesome Ghosts, which was released in the same year in 1937. So
it's one of Mickey's best.
Yeah, and she was then assigned to review animation cells before they were photographed onto film. In 1948, she was promoted to animation checking and scene planning. So she kept working up. It's amazing, and what a legacy, and to have lived that long. Disney historian and author Mindy Johnson wrote a book about her and the other women of the Walt Disney Animation Studios called Ink and Paint, The Women of Walt Disney's Animation. She said the best way to describe Thompson is simply remarkable. She was perhaps the last link from the earliest origins of animation in Hollywood. Ruthie was a living witness and vital contributor to the progress and growth of the animation industry as we know it today. So Ruthie shall be missed by the real nerds. So
hell of a life.
I agree. It's fucking. Have you read the book that I think
No,
you
I
have that book,
should.
right? You should just get the audiobook. I've got the audiobook. I've got a credit somewhere. I think that's the next one I'm going to get. I've been listening to the Ward Kimball book. That's been interesting. Anyway, that's news.
Hey, Brad, can you take us around town this week?
I sure can.
Hey, film buddies, follow me around Denver.
We're only going halfway around town because the 88 Drive-In is done for the season.
Boo.
So we will say goodbye until maybe next April and head on up north to the Holiday Twin Drive-In, where they are still screening. On screen 1, No Time to Die and The Addams Family 2. And on screen 2, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and Candyman.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Nino
And
Burrito.
that's what's going on around town.
Yeah, short and sweet. We also watch films throughout the week in a segment I call Ryan Spooktacular 2021.
No.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Corinne, what you been watching?
Oh, a lot. Mostly anime, so I'll try to go through it pretty quickly here. I watched a series called Violet Evergarden on Netflix. It's a Netflix original animation. It's pretty good. Kind of slow at first, but it's more of a character piece, and each episode's pretty self-contained. So it's about a woman who was a soldier in the war, and her sergeant, major, whatever, supervisor gets killed. And so now she's kind of adrift and trying to figure out what to do with her life. And so she ends up becoming, they call them dolls, but it's a career field where you can basically write letters for people. So that's what she goes into, and she meets a lot of interesting people along the way. So that's pretty good. Violet Evergarden. There are also some like spin-off movies that I think I've watched one, and there's another one I haven't seen yet, and they're okay. Then I watched some of an anime called Your Lie in April, and it's about a young boy who was a piano prodigy, and his mom died, and so then he just kind of went into this depressive spiral and hasn't played the piano in 2 years. And then he meets this other young musician. She's a violinist, and she kind of helps him get out of his
Is he a pianist?
depression. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's making
Yeah.
a joke. All right.
I said he plays the piano. Anyway, but he falls in love with her, and so she tries to help him rediscover the beauty of music and help him use music as a way to work through some of the grief and unresolved feelings that he has. It gets to be pretty melodramatic. I've only made it like halfway through, and honestly, the episodes are kind of becoming a little bit of a chore, so I might just drop it. It's not like amazing. It's okay. Then I watched another Netflix anime called The Way of the House Husband, and it is awesome. The animation is a little funky. It's very much like in a comic strip style, so it's like you get like a single frame and like nothing moves except for their mouths, but then it will give you another frame, and it's very low budget, but the voice actors do a great job, and the writing is phenomenal. It's about an ex-gangster who becomes a house husband, and just kind of a lot of the humorous things that happen as a result of that. You know, he's constantly thinking in terms of, you know, like gangster things. And of course, he looks super menacing. So people are always assuming that, you know, when he's talking about like cooking or something, that they think he's like talking about, you know, something really bad, like he's going to go kill someone. And there's 10 episodes. They're each about 20 minutes long. So it's pretty quick watch. And it's like kind of like what happened with The Disastrous Life of Psyche K, where they're just little snippets, like almost little chapters within an episode, and they're pretty much self-contained. I mean, you see like reoccurring characters pop up, but yeah, it's just like little vignettes of like his life and the different things that he does as a house husband. And the one in the episode that I watched last night, he can't sleep because they watched like a scary movie or something. So he says like counting things is supposed to help, right? So he starts counting, you know, like 1 Yakuza, 2 Yakuza, 3 Yakuza, 10 Yakuza, and a cop. Like it's just really weird. And I really like the humor in the show. It made me laugh out loud multiple times. So I highly recommend it. The Way of the House Husband. It's on Netflix. And then Hanyu no Yashahime, the Inuyasha sequel anime, is back. They are 2 episodes into the new season. It's really good so far, but I will be talking about that more. I'm really excited for next week's episode. And then Fruits Basket Season 3, which is the final season, dropped. I really enjoy Fruits Basket. It's an excellent anime. It's kind of weird. Like my sisters and I all independently watched the show, and then we all figured out like, oh, hey, you watched that too. So then we've started sending each other like memes about it. And then they have seen season 3 and I hadn't yet, but I read the rest of the manga, so I already knew how it ended. And it gets to be pretty melodramatic, but I mean, the show was already melodramatic enough. It's basically about this young girl, Toru, who she encounters a family named the Somas, and she gets tangled up in their whole mystical nonsense. I don't want to give too much of it away, but yeah.
That's your thing, is spoiling stuff.
I try not to sometimes.
No, you don't.
Trying to be better about it anyway. So Fruits Basket Season 3, all 3 seasons are on Hulu, and it is an excellent show. The animation is gorgeous. It's probably one of the best animated shows I've ever seen.
This got recommended to me by a good friend of mine, Fruits Basket. So
yeah, there's a version from
2009.
2001.
Oh, okay, never mind. I got the year wrong then.
Yeah, so there was a older version from 2001 that goes up through like maybe a third of the manga. And then they didn't get like a second season. So then 2019, they rebooted it. And so it's based on the same manga, but it's like way, way better animation. But a lot of the English voice actors got brought back.
Yeah. She told me to watch the first iteration, but to ignore the ending. So I'm curious to see what this all turns out to be.
I mean, the ending's pretty much well, I don't. It's been a while since I've seen the first couple of seasons. I want to go back and rewatch it now because when I just picked it up where season 3 started, I was like, wait, I vaguely remember who is everybody again? Oh man, my boy Momiji, he got quite the glow up after he went through puberty. Went from looking like this little dainty, girly looking kid to, oh, Momiji.
Wait, you're talking about a cartoon, right?
Yeah, but it's like his character design, like that was the whole point, is that he was growing up and moving on, and it makes sense when you see the show, Ryan.
What, that I'll be attracted to a cartoon?
No. I mean, maybe you will. I don't know what you're.
Well, is that what you were saying? You're like, yeah, he started off as this, and then he got older. And you're like, whoa, nice.
Ryan, I'm telling Laura that you're attracted to a cartoon.
I mean, I am. I love
Jessica Rabbit.
Well, who doesn't?
So anyway, Fruits Basket, it's on Netflix. 2 more things I'll talk about, or I'll save What If for when Ryan talks. But I did watch, I'm not sure if you guys have seen it yet. I saw Squid Game on Netflix. Did anybody else watch Squid Game?
No, but how is it?
Hyper violent and really brutal, which is why I kind of did like an abridged version where anytime it got to be too intense, I just fast forwarded through it. And honestly, that was probably about the way to do it for me. So there were some conversations that I guess people brought up, online that I skipped. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. Everybody's really attached to this character, but I didn't like them. But yeah, it's okay. It was just something different, I guess. I mean, I was invested enough to see how it ended.
Right on. Cool.
Okay. And then Brad, now we have to talk about the season 2 finale of Ted Lasso.
Oh, here come the spoilers.
Yes, mega spoiler warning for anybody who cares about season 2 of Ted Lasso.
Where am I supposed to go?
Turn your headphones off or something. Tune out, Ryan.
I don't have headphones. Can you just not wait? It doesn't matter. You've already spoiled it on your Twitter feed, so go ahead.
Are you really going to watch it?
Yeah, you told me to watch it, Brad, so I take what you said to heart.
I'm so excited.
It wasn't the fact that I offered...
Don't ruin this for me, Corinne.
Oh, well, you know what, Brad? I offered Ryan. I said, if you watch Ted Lasso, I'll watch any horror movie you want.
That was not true. You had caveats into that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. As long as it didn't have sexual assault in it. I think that's a pretty decent caveat, Ryan.
Meh. Those are the best horror films.
Gross. Anyway, Brad, let's talk Ted Lasso. Man, I don't know how I'm going to get through my Thursday night without this show. Dang it. We're at season 3 right now.
Yeah, it's a long wait to resolve that. That's that, I guess, cliffhanger. If you call it cliffhanger, I don't know. It's kind of like the ending of season 1 with a different person to me. So,
I think it's got a little bit more drama to it this time.
Yeah, I thought more was going to come out of Jamie Tart, giving the finger to the franchise and then leaving. But the first episode of the new season was him kind of licking his wounds and making his way back. So it's entirely possible that this guy might do the same thing. They might just accelerate.
I think the fact that he's teamed up with Rupert, though, I don't know. There's going to be a whole bunch of drama coming out of that.
My biggest worry is that I read something that said that they only planned for 3 seasons. So
I read something about that too. Although then I read something else that they said 3 seasons for sure, but they might go beyond that. I think it just depends on, what they feel about like the creative material and whether they can stretch it out anymore or whether they would want to. Because I think that Jason Sudeikis is going to get like a major pay raise per episode. So that might be an incentive for them to just say, nope, 3 seasons only, because we don't want to have to pay a lot more for this show than we already are.
Yeah, I think Apple Plus is at the bottom of the streaming rankings. So they're definitely not going to be excited about spending money for stuff.
But then again, it's probably their most popular show. It just won a whole shit ton of Emmys. I think it's getting a lot of traction with people online. So
I mean, it gets my subscription every time it debuts. So, which reminds me, I gotta go end my Apple Plus subscription until it comes back.
I think I'm still on my free year through January. It might be later than that. I'll have to look into it, but I know my dad said that he wants to watch Foundation whenever I'm home for Christmas. So I have to at least hold on to it till then.
Guys, you have to keep your subscriptions so that you can support Joel Cohen's The Tragedy of Macbeth in theaters and Apple Plus in December.
You know what? I was going to. You
watch
said that, so I'm going to go cancel right now.
I do want to watch that, Zach.
Yes, that's right. Corinne, you and I could geek out over that and leave these two in the dust.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, I'm very happy with season 2. I know a lot of people bitched early on about, there's nothing happening in it. And by the end, it's like, oh my gosh, so much stuff happens.
I like Corinne's impression of angry fan people.
It's pretty accurate.
Oh yeah, it is. I just love that she's doing it.
Every Twitter post I read, that's what I hear in my head. So
yeah, lead me to them, Brad. I'll just be like, guys, enjoy your stuff. Just have fun.
Yeah.
And then when I read Corinne's Twitter post, I go, really? Because she spoils everything.
I think it was Thursday night. I got done with No Time to Die, and I just checked my phone after the movie, not even thinking about Ted Lasso. And like I popped up, I saw Catching the Classics, Ted Lasso. I was like, no, close it.
Yeah, yep. See, I've learned.
You should just be Catching the Spoilers. That should be your Twitter handle.
Don't tempt me, Ryan.
Spilling the Secrets with Corinne Westman.
That'll be the next after the 40th iteration. We'll do that one.
Okay, yes, Spilling the Secrets.
I'll just spoil everything.
Yeah, Ryan. Here, I want to give Corinne a break. Here, I'll spoil some things for you, Ryan. Rosebud was the sled. Ilsa got on the plane.
No, dude, she didn't get on the plane. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow.
But soon and for the rest of her life, she would regret it if she didn't get on that plane. Now.
Anybody else? 80-year-old jokes? No. All right.
Wait, Ryan. You don't understand. After that, he shoots Conrad Veidt, aka Joker, aka Nazi, dead. And then Claude Rains says, "Round up the usual suspects." And then they walk off together in the fog as the theme to La Marseillaise plays at the end, and it's amazing.
Brad, I completely forgot to mention the whole Roy Keeley thing. Did you think that was weird too?
It's weird they put all that drama in the last 3 episodes of the season. Like, it seemed like they had a pretty good.
Not even the last 3. I thought it was more like the last one. Like, what exactly are you trying to do here?
I think they were just trying to like establish that Keeley is kind of like moving on to bigger and better things, and Roy has kind of lived his life and doesn't really aspire to much more. So they might just be, they're not at odds with each other. It's just a natural thing. They might just be telling a story, which you don't see a lot of just like couples that just drift apart. Not that they're doing anything wrong to each other. It's just they outgrow each other. So, and he was worried that she was dumping him at the end of the episode, but it was cool at the end. He looked at that stuffed cheetah and was like, "Nah, I don't care about this. I'm Roy fucking Kent. I'm fine on my own. I don't
Just
have to
felt
worry
like a
about
way
this."
to manufacture conflict.
Oh yeah, I think it was just add more drama to There's something else I read about the entire episode being this inverted pyramid structure, which is why they did the 3 months later, 2 days later type thing.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I think that just filled part of that time. So, because it didn't really add anything to the season. I thought that was useful, especially because they teased us the whole Jamie. Well, it was hilarious when Roy did headbutt him after all, so they could hug him.
Yeah. Which, side note, I totally thought Sam was going to go with that guy.
Oh yeah, that was a surprise.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. I'm pretty sure that if he had left the show, people would have rioted because Sam is like everybody's favorite character. Him and Danny. Everyone loves Danny.
Football's life.
Football is life. Ah, man, when he took the penalty shot, I knew he was going to say that. Like, yes, football is death, but football is also life. Anyway, so other than What If, that's all I've been watching.
Zach?
All right. Well, I've been participating in this whole spooktacular marathon of a sorts. So I went ahead and continued my journey by rewatching The Black Cat. Black Cat is wonderful. If you haven't seen it, Bella Lugosi plays Dr. Vitas Werdegast, who travels with two young, recently married folks on a train, and they are bound similar destinations, and their carriage to their destination crashes, and it lands right at the doorstep of where Vitas Werdegast needs to be, at the house of Hjalmar Potzig, who is a demonic, twisted leader of a Satanist cult. And Dr. Werdegast is out for revenge, and I have a feeling he will succeed. It's Karloff and Lugosi, guys. You can't go wrong there. Rewatched The Howling, Joe Dante's werewolf outing from the same year as American Werewolf in London, and I still like that movie a lot. It's a lot of fun. Makeup effects are fucking dope. I was trying to do this whole game of like who does the effects better, and obviously American Werewolf in London is the winner in that department. But the makeup the transformation in the big transformation in The Howling is actually a lot of fun. It goes on a little too long for an effect that's not as gripping as the one in American Werewolf in London, but it's still pretty damn wonderful. And watching Slim Pickens be a werewolf is fun too. I finally saw the movie Saint Maud, which was a COVID delay movie. If you haven't seen it, it's about a woman who underwent some trauma in her life, and it led her to becoming a born again Christian who's very devoutly dedicated to the Roman Catholicism way of things. And she was a nurse at one point at a regular hospital, and now she's a private care nurse taking care of this leader of a dance troupe who's dying of cancer or some kind of terminal illness. And Maud's whole situation is that she speaks to God directly. And so whenever she pleases God or does something that within God's will, she receives pleasure, like a tingle of sorts. And the whole movie becomes about her mission to save the person that she's caring for. The movie, and the reason that I do recommend people watch it, whether or not you like, it's not really a slow burn, but it's an 87-minute movie that feels like a slow burn, but it's so insane what goes on that you're gonna wonder why it felt that fast compared to other movies like Ari Aster does, which I like both, but this one does a really efficient job at it. In this movie, whereas religion is usually portrayed as like the savior against a demon of sorts, the movie seems to portray religion itself as the villain. And I thought that was very innovative to do within the respect of like, if you actually spoke to God and this is the delusion you're going on, then this would be the final result of that blind worship. And it's a pretty fantastic horror piece as a result. If you haven't seen it, it's available on Epix via your Prime or Hulu channels, and I do recommend you seek it out. Rewatch The Thing from Another World, the Howard Hawks Christian Nyby version. It's still fun. I did an episode on Ballyhoo with it, but aside from like having to do research from that, I did like getting lost in the science of it for what it's supposed to be, which, you know, The Thing from Another World is the version we got from Carpenter is better, but I do like how this one has an attempt at some form of strange science in its own fashion. But the movie's like, the movie feels weird to watch when it's like rammingly anti-scientist in the process of like a Red Scare allegory. So I don't know. If you want to check it out, please do. Rewatched White Zombie with Bela Lugosi, the Halpern film. Film still works pretty damn well. I did a couple of pre-codes the last couple of days, and White Zombie out of all of them is still the most interesting because it's clearly shot on a low budget. It's clear that they don't have the same flourishes as others, but what they are able to get out of the moments that they can is pretty damn fantastic. And Lugosi's the reason you're watching that movie, but there's some other moments in it that still come very close to like truly hitting pretty adequate beats for the era. Of the other pre-codes I watched were Murders in the Rue Morgue, which I just watched today. And Ryan, did you pick up that Scream Factor at all?
No.
I think you should. It's not that expensive right now on Amazon, and it's a fun flick. It's Robert Florey, the guy who was originally. There's multiple sources that say he was at one point attached to Frankenstein before James Whale got a hold of it. But he's basically doing his version of that story with Bela Lugosi playing Dr. Miracle, whose goal is to find a woman whose blood matches well enough so that his ape Eric can mate with a woman and thus create a ape child. And it is quite a bold movie for 1932. I hadn't seen it in forever, and the print looks good. There's 2 commentaries on the disc. It's pretty fantastic. So if you're looking for an interesting 60-minute romp, Murders in the Rue Morgue is up your alley. And it was shot beautifully. The only thing you'll be able to notice is that there's a person walking around in an ape suit for the wider shots of Eric the ape, and in the close-ups, it's clearly stock footage of an ape. And then I picked up the Criterion of Island of Lost Souls, which I had not seen in a long time as well. And it's Charles Laughton playing Dr. Moreau, with Bela Lugosi playing the lead of some of the rejects out on his island. And I love that Criterion, Ryan. If you don't have it, you need to get it. It's pretty damn wonderful how they go through. There's several different interviews. One with David J. Scull, one with Rick Baker and Bob Burns, another one with Mark Mothersbaugh of Devo, talking about how Devo was inspired by the movie. But David J. Scull's one pointed something out that I never noticed before, which is that if you watch that movie, Charles Laughton's kind of playing it like Oscar Wilde. So he's kind of playing into the subtler homosexual subtext of it, which, given that story of Dr. Moreau comes out within this time period of Picture of Dorian Gray, or this like that these adaptations come out within the span of 10 years of each other. So you've got the Picture of Dorian Gray, the Warner Archive one. So it's running into similar territory on pushing the lurid and pushing broader themes and pushing bigger ideas. And Laughton's performance in it is an exemplar of that. And it's pretty damn bold for a movie of that era to be so very abrasive with its imagery of vivisection and half animal, half man creatures. Like it's a fantastic film that I really recommend people check out. Rewatched Plan 9 from Outer Space. I gave this movie 3 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd because it's a great movie, even though it's a terrible movie. And I got to watch it with Film Club this time around, and God damn it, that movie's just so much fun to poke at. But it's such a blast to watch at the same time. I love watching Ed Wood try to world build and failing. So if you've never seen Plan 9 from Outer Space, I will not describe a damn bit of it. You just need to watch it. And the last thing I rewatched was The Omen with Gregory Peck. And I forgot how abrasive yet campy that movie is, Ryan.
Yep.
It's a great watch. It's a great watch. I loved watching it. I love watching Gregory Peck in that movie. But I forgot some of the camera movement, specifically when they're cueing in the score and when things become heightened, they become operatic to a strange degree. But Richard Donner directs the hell out of that movie. Like there's imagery in that film that still hits you. Like, I mean, we all know that It's All for You, Damien, and that image of her fucking breaking her neck as she hangs herself is just fucking brutal. The priest getting the spike through his chest, and I'd forgotten about David Warner getting his head fucking decapitated with the sheet of glass. That was a fun effect.
Where do you think everything's all over?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, and so that was something I forgot. And I knew that Damien got away, but I forgot that the parents he ends up with are the president of and first lady of the United States.
Yep.
So it's quite a movie. It made me miss Richard Donner. Like as I was watching, I'm like, God damn it, this man was fucking brilliant. So yeah, that's all I watched this week, boys and girls.
Brad, with your shitty fucking list.
Did I talk about Titan last week?
No.
The French
You
one?
did not. No.
Really? Oh man. Okay. All right, the new stuff. I watched a French horror movie called Titan, where I guess like Fast and Furious car model kills a bunch of people, her friends' roommates and a fan, and then goes on the run. And then as she's on the run, she sees a wanted poster of herself and then a missing child poster of someone who looks very similar to her. So she assumes that identity and gets taken home by the father, who's like, yep, this is definitely my son. And meanwhile, she had sex with a Cadillac before that, and now she's pregnant with that Cadillac's baby.
Wait, an actual car?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Wait, what?
Yep.
Remember when I said the French, they're weird, man?
And that little baby grew up to be Christine.
So you remember that movie Raw a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the same director, but this is way more weird. So anyway, yeah. So she's pretending to be this firefighter's son, while also getting more and more pregnant as the movie goes on, and dealing with hiding her identity and there's definitely some trans rights allegory to it. So it's I wouldn't say it's a bad movie. It's just super weird. And it's super intense. Like, it's very graphic. I'm surprised it wasn't an NC-17 movie. She does give birth to the Cadillac. So
the fuck?
Well, I mean, it's not a car, but it's like a hybrid thing. But anyway, hybrid human metal thing. Yeah. She's basically carrying around like a titanium egg in her stomach for most of the movie. But yeah, it is interesting. And then I also saw the new movie Lamb.
I wanted to see that one.
Yeah, that wins the award for movie you just want to shout at the end. Like, when the end comes, you want to stand up and just yell "fuck you" at the screen because it's so disappointing. So there's like this couple of farmers in Iceland. They're doing their daily farming stuff, and there's clearly some kind of like rift between them. And they slowly reveal that they might have tried to have children in the past, and it didn't work out. And then one day they're collecting all the lambs that are being born, and one of them is born with like a lamb's head in a little child's body, and they fall in love with it and try to raise it. And then the husband's brother, who's kind of like a drifter, wanders onto the farm and at first is really prejudiced against their lamb child, and then grows to love it too. And then the whole movie you're just wondering, okay, where is this going? There better be a great payoff at the end, and it's not. It's kind of like, oh, that's weird, and then it just ends. So yeah, Lamb, really slow, but I mean, the effect of the hybrid lamb child was actually pretty cool and adorable. Like, I can't believe this movie even like suggests that it's a horror movie, because most of the time it's just like a sweet snapshot of this really bizarre family. Like nothing really terrible or um, like violent or gross happens until the very end. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, and like a good, I'd say half an hour is just starting the movie. So you just see them doing their chores most of the time. Yeah, it's really slow.
Oh,
Um, yeah, and then I guess that brings me to my super awesome Halloween themed list, where I started recently with. Did I talk about Wicked City last time?
nope.
That's anime. That's an anime, and I forgot how graphic that is. Borderline NC-17 demons and violence against women. And then I watched Crawl, and that was kind of fun. The alligators are severely CGI heavy, but it's kind of like Phone Booth, where like you're just impressed with the small filmmaking aspect of it.
Oh no, I think it's a fun movie.
Because the dialogue and the story are garbage, like super annoying.
Yep.
And then I also watched Saint Maud, and that was interesting. Zach talked about it, so move on.
Let's see. What did you think?
I said it was interesting.
Okay.
I watched it, and I was like, okay, that's the thing I watched, and I moved on.
Okay.
Then I watched The Return of the Living Dead, which I think I had seen before, but I can't remember. And I appreciate the schlocky 80s horror aspect to it. Then I watched the Ghoulies Part 1 and 2 for the first time. One is
why
really bad and not interesting at all. It's just there's like a devil worshipping cult, and they have a kid, and that kid grows up and inherits the house, and then he gets back into doing cult stuff on his own, and he summons the Ghoulies, and they just do kind of like minor annoyances to everyone in the mansion, and then eventually he stops being a cult leader because he wants to marry his girlfriend or whatever. So then they send the Ghoulies back to hell, and then Ghoulies 2 actually has like violence and stuff, gore and whatnot, but it's based around a traveling carnival, and they get summoned into the trailer rig or whatever, which when they unfold it and you actually get to experience the haunted house of it, is way bigger than what that semi would be. It's clearly a soundstage, but I don't know how you fold out that into a semi truck, but yeah. And then they just kind of screw around in the haunted house, and then people think that the people who run it are killing people when it's actually the Ghoulies. So then they run them out of town. I watched Little Monsters, which I think was Ryan's number 10 from last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah, and that was fun. There's like Chris Hemsworth's stunt double is like a loser brother who gets roped into taking his nephew on a field trip to like a petting zoo, like Australian zoo retreat, I guess, for kids. And meanwhile, much like Return of the Living Dead, there's like a military issue that releases the zombies, and stunt double Chris Hemsworth falls for his nephew's teacher, and so he's just trying to like hook up with her while they're escaping the zombie horde. And then Josh Gad is the like kid show host who's actually secretly like hates kids, and is like he has like the celebrity big head and everything, and causes problems as they try to get out of the situation. That was fun. I rewatched It's a Disaster, which is a 2012 movie. I haven't seen it since 2012. It's like a small indie movie where a bunch of couples go to a couples brunch, and there's like some kind of drama behind the scenes that you slowly get introduced to. And while they're having the couples brunch, a nerve gas bomb goes off in the city, and so they're all trapped inside the house waiting to die, and they're just like dealing with all their problems with each other. And like David Cross is one of the characters in it, so that's what like first draw me to it. But it's kind of a fun, just like if you're an actor, just being able to like act with like 6 other people in a small. It seems like a movie you could like do in a weekend or like a week. It's kind of fun. It's like has snappy dialogue, you know. Then I watched Return of the Living Dead 3.
Yep.
Which was also schlocky and like a Sci-Fi Channel movie.
I don't think you appreciate it like I did.
Like it's for the first half of it, I was like, this is terrible. And then it actually got kind of interesting at the end when the dude's girlfriend starts actually turning, like, I don't know why it takes her so long to become a zombie, because everyone else just instantly becomes a zombie when they're introduced that gas thing. But
she is a zombie, but she uses the pain so she doesn't like eat people.
So she's able to like hold back eating people, whereas everyone else can't do that.
Yeah, because remember in the first one, that half zombie mummy lady goes, the pain.
Yeah, but she was like full zombie.
Yeah,
she was a torso.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, and then she like transformed, like she gets her basically her hunting outfit, just like all of her piercings and everything.
Yep.
And then like you'd think that after the army dude's son caused the whole problem in the first place by breaking into the facility, that he would never be allowed back in there, but they do, and he totally ruins everyone's lives again. Yeah, and then they die together because they were so in love.
Man, quit spoiling things. You sounded like Corinne.
Sorry, I spoiled a movie from 1993. I watched another movie called 12 Hour Shift, where there's a nurse who steals narcotics from the place she works and sells them. And her sister sucks, and she's trying to like harvest kidneys and sell them. And yeah, they just kind of go back and forth. Like it's kind of like Comedy of Errors, where they keep losing the kidneys and people keep confusing. There's like David Arquette is in there, and he's like escape convict who got shot, and so eventually he wakes up from his coma and then goes on a rampage. Yeah. I watched Children of the Corn, which I thought there was more to that movie than just a town full of kids murder a bunch of people, and that's exactly what that movie is.
Yeah, it's not that good. I know it's one of those movies that has this huge cult following, and I was never a fan of it.
Yeah, Linda Hamilton and her I don't know, fiance, boyfriend, husband are on the way to like the next chapter of their life, and they stop off in this town where a bunch of like religious fanatics kids have, I guess, somehow murdered all the adults without any consequence, and keep trying to sacrifice more of them as people come into town. So is the one like preacher kid an adult actor? Because he seems like just like a small adult who's pretending to be a kid. And if that's a kid, I'm just like, that's a weird kid.
I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah, I know what you mean.
He's super intense for a child actor. So I also watched Slither, and that was kind of fun, but like the CGI slug stuff does not hold up from 2006.
That movie's really fun.
And then the last thing I watched was Phantasm, which I have no idea what's going on in that movie, and I don't care.
Nobody does, Brad. Nobody knows what's going on.
Good, because I was like, I think for the first third, I was like, do we even have main characters? Like, who are we following here? And then by the end, I think I fell asleep, and then woke up, and like in the middle of like Peacock had just started me on Phantasm 4 for some reason, so I thought it was like a continuation of the movie until the credits came up.
Actually, Phantasm 2 is probably the best one in the series. And I mean, it's a fun watch, but none of them are, they're another cult movie. And each one of them, I always go, oh, this is okay.
Yeah. I I can't even describe it to you. I have no idea what was going on. Like,
Yeah,
there's
nobody does.
there's like two brothers, and they're running from a tall man who's, I think, maybe.
Boy.
Did he say that in that movie? Because I kept waiting for it, and I never.
And he says it at the very end, I think, in the first one. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've seen them all, but they're all so weird that I can never keep them straight.
Yeah, it seems like
Oh,
they slip in
that
it.
box set, don't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like the two brothers. They slip in. Seems like they're slipping in and out of fantasies for this tall man guy who might be like an interdimensional creature. I don't know.
There you go. You got it.
Yeah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And they have little Jawas running around. Yeah, you got it.
Oh yeah, that's what the cloak things were. And then they have like the little silver mirror ball things that like poke you in the face.
Yep.
Yeah. What'd you watch, Ryan?
Well, if you want to know the best Halloween list to watch, mine is by far superior. What I did, and I'll just refresh people. I just go, there's this website called bestrandoms.com, and you can select movies, and then in a movie generator, I just put like 5 horror movies, because sometimes they pick ones that I don't own or I can't stream.
Oh, so you're not even doing all the work. Here I am, curating my own, putting all the effort in, and you're just letting a robot do it for you. Doesn't sound like you're really invested in this challenge, buddy.
Well, here I am trying to coordinate the stars and some of the directors, and here you are with a computer.
Yep. Well, that's when you get stuff like I'll start off. The first one I had was 28 Days Later, which is still a really great infected movie. It is not a zombie movie. Remember, a zombie is someone who dies and comes back to life. In 28 Days Later, you are just infected.
Slow down, egghead.
It's a really cool movie. The one thing I say this about all Danny Boyle movies, I do without his drug trippy scenes that he has in every movie. But it's still really visceral and it's really cool. Then the next one it picked for me was Evil Dead, the 2013 one, which is a hell of a movie, and has really intense moments and great stuff. If you haven't seen it, Jane Levy in the lead as Mia is incredible in the film.
That tongue moment will never leave my mind.
I always think the creepiest part in it is after she is sexually assaulted by the forest,
right?
And she comes back home or to the cabin, and she calls her brother in, and she's saying, "Someone in the room with me," and no one believes her. Then you look in the corner, and it's that one, basically her as a demon, panting and looking all creepy. I think is really effective. I watched The House on Sorority Row, which is kind of a cheesy 80s slasher film. It has elements of kind of a whodunit. The kills are a lot during this time. I think this came out in 83. There's a lot of movies that were trying to capitalize on the Friday the 13th craze, and none of the gore effects were quite as cool as Friday the 13th. But I mean, if you want to watch an 80s slasher film, it's one of the better ones. Zombieland Double Tap is a really fun movie. I love Woody Harrelson, and I think he's really great in the movie. Just continuing the adventures of that universe is really fun. And the different types of zombies are really fun in it. And again, just totally random. So the next one it picked for me was Saw 6, which I actually think is one of the better Saw movies. There's a couple traps in it that are pretty intense, and it's the one that has a pretty coherent you're going to pay for being a shitty person trope that they usually follow, but some of the Saw movies don't follow that trope, I guess, or stylistic. This one is the insurance company that won't insure someone, the health insurance company that won't insure people because of pre-existing conditions, and then they're targeted by the Jigsaw killer.
Does this one start with like the public execution with like the girl with the like 2 boyfriends?
No, I forget what they're, I think they are insurance people too, but it's, you have to cut off the most of you, to win. So the one dude's like cutting off pieces of his like flesh, and then the one lady cuts off her arm, and she ends up living because her cut off more weight. It's a pretty gruesome beginning. I did not randomly choose to watch Halloween in 4K. That came in the mail, and so I watched it. And it's always really fun revisiting films like the back of your hand, and watch them in 4K. Or I remember seeing, first time on Blu-ray or something. And it's Halloween is so well shot that in 4K it just amplifies how great the film looks for the budget. There's some scenes that are really darkly lit with only harsh light, maybe on Michael Myers' mask or on Laurie at certain points.
Yeah.
And it just looks awesome.
It does. I'm curious what you think of there is a different color timing on that 4K transfer.
I noticed it's a little more warm. It's not as, I don't know if cool is the right word, but
I get what you're saying. There's a key difference in it. I've got both versions, so I'm not like, pissing in the wind on it, but I did notice it. It didn't take away my enjoyment of it, though. I like what Cundy was going for in that new transfer. But I tend to go to the older disc though.
Yeah, I think this. Did you get the new one, Zach?
The absolute new one from Scream Factory? No, but I have the 4K transfer that they got approved through Lionsgate and Anchor Bay.
So this is a new one again. It says it's a 2021 4K scan, but it's also approved by Dean Cundy. So I don't know if it's the same one, but are they freshened up the one from 2 years ago? Halloween has lots of releases. It's like Evil Dead.
Well, that's how Trancas Films makes its money, right? This is how this business works. It's why they own the rights to that 4 and 5. I guess I'll have to pick this up then. I was gonna pick these up anyway. I've just been kind of waiting till I had the money. But
so I do have bad news for you on these.
Oh no!
You might want to wait a little bit longer because they're like $38 now on Amazon.
Mother of God. Well, I maybe what I would do is end up getting some of the sequels first, because I've got plenty of 4Ks on of the first Halloween, but I don't have a 4K of like 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So that might be.
Those 4 and 5 show up today for some reason. They're having supply chain issues, so I'm getting things weird. So today I got 4 and 5 in, and I'll let you know how they look. I also watched the Italian schlock classic Zombie, which is, if you want to see a zombie fight a shark, this movie's for you. If you want to see a woman scuba dive topless for no reason, this movie is for you. If you want to see a joint American and Italian production, hey, this movie is for you. And it'll be scenes where someone's speaking English and the other person speaking Italian, and they're dubbed in English, and it looks really weird. And I never knew why when they have people dub, they're the worst actors ever.
Well, you've watched a Sergio Leone movie. That's pretty much how they do that.
Oh yeah, no, it's exactly what it is. It's
the actors are better in Sergio's films, though.
Yeah, but Zombie's fun. The gore effects are pretty great. The glass through the eyeball. There's when the zombies are eating people and they're ripping the flesh off. Looks pretty gruesome. This movie, I think, is known more for how notorious the gore is. The movie's okay. It delves more into the voodoo aspect of the zombie lore, but it's fun. And it's really funny that I got this randomly because I picked up the 4K Blue Underground version of it maybe 2 weeks ago, and I never got around to watching because I started doing this thing, and then it picked it for me. So I was, it's meant to be. I watched the 1985 Fright Night. It's a great film.
You're so cruel. You're so cool, Frost.
I know, right? I like to think so. I watched a Halloween H2O with my wife, and she's never seen it. I like this one because it's really lean and quick. And I think I was talking to Laura. I think it's really interesting that Jamie Lee Curtis has been involved in 2 reboots or continuations, but this one continues after Halloween 2, and the other one is 2018, as if Halloween 2 didn't exist.
That was the reason she got on board, because they got rid of the sister element because she thought it was stupid to begin with.
You have the multiverse of the Halloween franchise too. So it's a fun movie, and Michael Myers is pretty great in it. And it's directed by Steve Miner, who did Friday the 13th Part 2. So it has a really mean streak to it, and it's really lean. I think he does a really great job of making Michael Myers scary in it.
I thought about something today with the corkscrew gag, Ryan. Steve Miner didn't direct Part 4, but there's a corkscrew gag in that one too, and it leads to a death. And so Steve Miner might be playing a nice little trick there.
Hey, where's the goddamn corkscrew?
I've got it for you right here.
I watched a movie called The Empty Man, which it didn't do that well. I guess it came out in theaters last year, but kind of went away. It's based on a comic book, but it's not anything like the comic book, I don't think. When I read the premise of the comic book and I watched the movie, I said, these aren't very similar. It deals with an urban legend of the empty man who, if you blow into like a flute or something and wish for him to be there, he shows up. And the first day you call him, the second day you hear him, and the first day you hear him, second day you see him, and the third day he comes to get you. It deals with a girl that goes missing, and like a lot of quote unquote smart horror films, they collapse under their own weight of trying to be too clever for their own good. The film looks incredible, and the guy who shot it, who is the director, editor, and writer, did the documentary on Zodiac by David Fincher, and a couple other documentaries. So he has a really great flair for how things should look good, cinema wise. There's a couple shocking scenes and there's a couple unsettling scenes. But it collapses under its own weight, and it's also almost 2 hours and 20 minutes long, which is a big stretch for a horror film if it's not really well done. Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning is pretty gruesome and intense film. I love that it gives R. Lee Ermey a really big starring role where he's kind of the main character in it. And I do love Platinum Dune's version of Leatherface. He's really mean, and he's not unstoppable, but he has a lot of power behind him. And the last thing I watched, and this counts because it's listed as horror on IMDb, is The Addams Family 2. The first Addams Family cartoon was not very good. This one is worse. I did not laugh at it at all. Some of the stuff didn't make any sense. Like at one point, they're at the Grand Canyon and Pugsley starts blowing up the Grand Canyon. I don't know how he set up explosives throughout the whole Grand Canyon. It just starts.
It's a cartoon.
Yeah, but I know cartoons don't have to have logic, but sometimes it's just, we haven't had a lot of noise for a long time. We got to keep the kids interested.
Okay, that's a fair point.
And that's what it felt like. And then Wednesday murdered this lawyer guy, I think, because she like caught him and hung him from a tree upside down in the Grand Canyon. And then she took this phone call. I'm not going to spoil the phone call in case you want to see this film. But anyways, at the end, she says, I had to let him go. And he's no longer like hanging over the Grand Canyon. And they never address it, that you think in a kid's film would be like, He like fell in a bowl of butterscotch or something. But it was the first movie too. That's funny that Patton Oswalt talks about in one of his stand-up bits how he gets paid lots of money to hear people off camera and these really expensive CGI cartoons say something that doesn't make any sense at all, but just to get you to laugh.
Mhm.
And I picked this up in this movie multiple times. Yeah, this movie is awful. Kellen really liked it, so I guess there's that. And that's what I watched this week.
I forgot I also watched Monkey Shines, and the best thing I can say about that is the monkey's really well trained.
Did you talk about What If?
No. Yeah, What If ended.
I thought that was last week.
Was it last?
No,
No,
it was this week.
the last one was this week.
What if it ended this week? Think about it.
Yeah, well, What If continued the storyline of the Watcher actually getting involved because Vision becomes Ultron after he gets the Infinity Stones, and he's able to smash through multiverses. And so the Watcher puts together the Multiverse Avengers, and they take on Ultron.
They're the guardians of the multiverse.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome to see everybody come together like that. Even the zombies make an appearance.
They do, to slow him down. It was fun. I mean, for me, the MVP of this What If series is definitely Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes you miss him a lot because he has some really great moments in it. And I mean, I still love Haley Atwell as Captain Carter.
I
I
really
think
like
she's great.
this version of Doctor Strange.
Yep.
He was carrying that team too.
Yeah, it's interesting that they brought him back because I think the Doctor Strange episode is the best episode of the season. And
I like the Star-Lord T'Challa one better.
Yeah, that one's good. Yeah, there's only a couple of the episodes. The Tony Stark Killmonger one I wasn't a big fan of.
I thought it was an
okay.
interesting premise. I just think the execution wasn't quite there.
It's funny. I mean, none of them are bad. Some are just better than those, but it really did remind me of the What If comics, where they were, one issue, and then you get through 22 pages, and it has to end in 2 pages. And I'm like, oh fuck! And here's a quick ending. Yeah, it was fun.
The only one I didn't like was the zombie one. I felt like that was just kind of filler.
Yeah, it was still fun. Like, I don't think there was... the series wasn't like WandaVision or Loki for me, where I says, oh man, this is really fun. I kind of like where everything's going. I mean, the stuff was fun. But it's probably, I think, the weakest of all their shows.
Oh, really? I think I liked it better than most of them. Definitely better than Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Nope. But that's okay. We could agree to disagree.
As we do on many things, Ryan.
Yep. Some of us have cool taste. Some of us have lame taste. Beggars can't be choosers. Whatever that meant. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, that's what I watched this week. We returned to the theaters this week again to see James Bond in No Time to Die. Corinne, do you recommend No Time to Die?
Yeah, it was a pretty fun movie. I didn't really care for exactly how they ended it, but it was pretty fun to watch. And I guess it just kind of hurt the movie that we've been waiting for so long. Like what, 2 years, at least a year. Because I remember I saw the posters when I went to see Wolfwalkers and thinking, oh man, I can't wait to see that. And then now here it is, like a year later.
Was it the first movie that was postponed because of coronavirus? I think it was.
I think so. Yeah, I think it was going to be April 2020.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think Mulan was going to be like late March.
Well, I mean,
but it was one
actually,
of
I think
them.
it goes Quiet Place 2, Mulan, and then No Time to Die. I think that's how it
Something
went.
like that.
Yeah.
It was one of them. But anyway, yeah, I don't think that helped it. I thought the villain was okay. It kind of tied a lot of plot threads together. It was good to see Blofeld again. Yeah, it was just there were some parts that I was kind of surprised by, but then, like I said, didn't really care for the ending too much. So yeah, it was fun.
Zach?
Yeah, I think you should. I'm a casual Bond fan. Like, I'm not a diehard. But I followed the Craig run all the way through since 2006 in theaters, and watching it come to an end this way, I liked how the movie ends up addressing Bond as a whole. It's a little long, so it kind of docked me a little bit for that. But I mean, it has enough going on in it to keep you entertained. Craig's great as usual. I think Rami Malek's fine. I enjoyed seeing my beloved Christoph Waltz back on screen again. And yeah, it's a fun spy time in the movies. So yeah, I would definitely seek it out.
Brad?
So I got to see this movie twice already, and one of those screenings was in 4DX 3D. So my review will incorporate some of that. But yeah, the first time I saw it, which wasn't that, I was like, this is an okay movie, and it's really a sad movie, and a lot of it deals with coming to terms with kind of an obsolete format like that James Bond is. So it definitely feels a little neutered, and also because the main plot of this movie involves a virus. So parts of kind of feel like the plot involving Rami Malek got axed a bit in editing, probably, which is why I was surprised he had very little to do in the movie. But as a movie, just about it's kind of about endings and a conclusion to the Daniel Craig James Bond character arc. Kind of wrestling with ending and also being sort of a man out of time and relevant anymore. The second time I watched it was even better because I was able to not focus on how the virus works and what that plot is, and just focus on here's a guy who's at the end of his journey. And so there's a lot of background details. Am I crazy, or was Ort Goldfinger in there?
I don't know.
You mean in the Spectre party?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know who that
is. It's entirely possible.
I mean, a look-alike and not the actual actors. I think he's dead. Anyway.
Well, yeah, no, they didn't. They didn't resurrect him. No, I mean, some of the extras that are in that Spectre party did look like they had some iconoclasm about them, but I've only seen the movie once, so
yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think it's a pretty. I mean, it's not the best of the Craig Bonds, but I think it's definitely better than Spectre or Quantum of Solace.
Yeah, I recommend this movie too. It's I had a lot of fun going into it, and I wonder if my wife can make more noise right now. Yeah, no, I don't even know what she's doing.
Laura, bang some pots and pans.
I had a lot of fun with it. I really didn't notice the runtime, to be honest with you, because I thought it moved along pretty well. There's a couple parts where it dragged, but
my second time through, I was like, this is over already? Wow.
Yeah. I love the Spectre party moment, because that lady from Knives Out is great.
Oh, Ana de Armas? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you should go see this. Here's a trailer for No Time to Die.
Bond, any thug can kill. I have to know I can trust you.
Well, I understand double O's have a very short life expectancy.
You are a kite dancing in a hurricane, Mr. Bond.
Is this really what you want? Always alone?
We used to be able to get into a room with the enemy. And now they're just floating in the ether.
When her secret finds its way out, it'll be the death of you.
Oh my God. Target enough people.
Remember, people become the weapon.
Who is he?
James, you don't know what this is.
James Bond. License to kill. In love with Madeline Swan. I could be speaking to my own reflection. Only your skills die with your body. And life is all about leaving something behind. Isn't it?
Come on, Bond. Where the hell are you?
Okay.
If we don't do this, there will be nothing left to save.
I have to finish this. You ever flown like this?
No.
You know, Bond just wants a break. You know, he's retired and he can never catch a break because the ghost of Spectre haunts him.
Mm-hmm. There's that great line when the new 007 asks him if he's in trouble. He says constantly.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, basically this movie is tying up all the Daniel Craig loose ends.
Yeah.
I thought that was actually a fun aspect of the movie is it kept touching on moments from his run as James Bond, whether it was Blofeld or, M or whatever. There's nice little winks throughout his run that kept on popping up.
It seemed like the movie also was trying to kind of like clean up some of the stuff from Spectre, and really kind of just, I don't want to say justify Spectre, but like make it work within the continuity of it, the way Quantum of Solace kind of became more important as time went on. Or am I crazy?
No, I think you're right.
I mean, okay, yeah. So it was interesting to see them kind of tie that up because I don't think Spectre was that terrible, but I know I'm an outlier there.
No, I don't. I don't think I don't think with any of Daniel Craig's Bonds are terrible. I mean, Quantum of Solace is whatever, but I think for the majority of them, I still think they're entertaining.
Mm-hmm. I think it kind of feels like story-wise, my impression watching this one, it just feels like they don't know what else to do with him. Because, I mean, they've done 25 of these, and most of them hinge around, like, the villain has a plot on how to destroy the world. And this one, whether it's they neutered it because of the correlation with the virus storyline, or if it was meant to be this way, and it's just like, it's another villain on an island with a destroy the world plot. Like, we don't know what else to do with it, so we're just going to focus on Bond personally. And just it's this thing in the background that's happening. So
it seemed like a good decision to me. I mean, there's just something different.
Yeah, I agree with Corinne. I think it's because they were trying to give a definitive ending to Daniel Craig's James Bond. So they made the story a little more personal.
Right. And he's also ending an era of Bond that comes at a time in film where we're wanting continuity laden in our films. All the Bonds prior to this don't really have connecting threads. They're their own pocket adventures. So
yeah, and even him and M talk about it when they're like on the boardwalk or whatever, when M's just like, they acknowledge to each other, what do you think his plan is? Like, oh, probably take over the world, kill a bunch of people, and they just kind of laugh, like, yeah, we've been down this road so many times, like, we don't know what else to
it's like, what else do you say?
What else do we put this guy through that's not just him saving the world again, and defeating some kind of new weapon or technology. So yeah,
fan theory, the bomb that Batman got over the bay at Gotham landed on the island now.
Man, it took like 10 years to get there.
Yeah. I like the idea of, because it's on an island where a lot of these climaxes end up in a Bond film. The idea of it just like going like, no, I'm not escaping this island this time. Like I liked that image and that idea of him around in an old reactor, and Q is trying to work him through, trying to explain to him how to activate that device that's controls from the 50s, and he just knows how to do them.
He just looks at it.
Yeah, he's just like, I know what I've been through this for 50 years.
You know, I just remembered, I was thinking when I was watching it the second time, I kind of wish the plot was, because it's really fascinating that Safin is trying to like simultaneously take down Blofeld while Blofeld's trying to take down James Bond. And I think if the movie was more of a cat and mouse between two, like has there ever been a Bond movie where there's like two villains going up against Bond? Like,
not that I remember,
with like two separate schemes. Like, I think that would have been like a fun back and forth, because as great as Christoph Waltz is, you know, having him back, he didn't get, I don't know, I thought like he didn't get like a good enough out.
I thought we were getting a Hannibal Lecter type of scenario out of him, but when I did like the twist of he goes to kill him and then they connected with the virus that way, you just see Christoph Waltz limped over their dead. Like, I was just like, oh shit, I didn't see this happening. Yeah. This is interesting.
Corinne, you were trying to say something, but kept on getting cut off.
Oh yeah, I was just saying that, you know, I went into this movie, you know, I was pretty sure they were probably going to kill him off. But then when they revealed that he has a daughter, I was like, oh, so I guess his happy ending is going to be this kind of Dark Knight Rises sort of thing where, you know, the world thinks that he's dead, but he actually is alive, and he gets to be with the love of his life and their daughter, and he gets a happily ever after and a peaceful retirement. But then no, they kill him off, and that was just very sad. It's like, oh, after a shitty year, we can let one of, you know, cinema's most beloved characters have a happy ending. Oh, okay.
It'd be great if M saw him at a Parisian cafe years later and just gave him a slight nod.
Yeah, my friend Brett and I were both really upset about that.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering where their plan is to go from here, because at the end of the credits they do say James Bond will return.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
I told Brett that, you know, like, give it 19 years and we'll have a what was it, Mathilde Bond movie.
Yeah. I mean, if they're acknowledging like how this character has kind of like outlived his like relevance, like it's interesting that they would admit that, like, oh yeah, we have plans for what to do next.
Well, I mean, I still think he's such an iconic character that he's not going to go away. But
no, he's not. No.
What I've always said is, and I mean, they kind of did this in this film, is 007 is really just a code name. So you can have a new person be James Bond and have whatever film you want to make.
So I gotta look at it, because that's like, oh, cool, Matilda Bond, like that could be Emily Blunt Bond.
Hell yeah.
Or we could have Lashana Lynch continue it, because I liked her in this movie a lot. And
I mean, the easiest way for them to get around that is to just make another Bond movie, but then just set it like pre-internet. Just put it back in like the 50s or 60s or whatever.
Ooh, Ryan, I can finally direct a Bond movie.
Yes.
Can I offer not a counterpoint to Corinne's statement on the death, but like a aside on it? Is that, like, I understand how there's depression abound on that. I really liked that they killed him, primarily because it's one of the ballsiest things I've ever seen a Bond movie do, is actively say, like, you know, this concept has run its course in over 60 years. That character was built out of a post-war era looming into the Cold War. It's far from relevant by comparison, and the Craig movies found a way to keep it relevant, but they were running on borrowed time in a certain sense. So like, it makes sense that you kill off this iteration of it in a world where we have continuity. And I think they gave him a wonderful death, as opposed to like, I don't think it's a depressing death. I think it's like, he's kind of like free of a lot of his pain by the end of it.
Well,
and I mean, dead.
I'd also push back. I don't know if they killed him off because of the times have changed. I read it as no matter how happy he wants to be or wants to have a life with his family or whatever the case may be, is he'll always have the ghost of whomever chasing him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he can't even go to Italy where he's retired without, I mean, I know Spectre's dead, but doesn't mean someone else isn't around that knows who James Bond is because of his exploits. So for him dying probably saves his whole family.
Yeah. I don't think it's wrong to say that both of us are correct in that respect, because I'm more looking at it from a writer's analytical point of view and not necessarily the plot. But you're right. And there's also the feasibility that somebody could rise from Spectre's shadow and start a whole new organization as a result. So what other option really is there for him to have some peace? Because MI6 isn't going away, but Bond's been at the center of a lot of chaos. So
yeah, and I just want to say I don't think they killed him because of that. I think it was just like, you know, they wanted to give Daniel Craig a great send off, and that's a daring thing to do in this franchise, is to actually go.
And it's definitive.
Yeah. So like, I just think like the movie remarked on the fact that like, yeah, like overall the character, no matter who plays him, you know, we're kind of butting up against like, what do we do next? We're not sure. But you know, we're going to end it here and we'll see what the future holds. So
it does mean that out of any of the people who have played Bond, Craig is the only one that has an actual arc, which is interesting. And in 60 years of filmmaking, 2006 to now has been the only time that James Bond has ever had an actual arc as a character.
Just because the way the movies were written, he was allowed to. The other Bonds weren't really allowed to, because all their movies had to be standalone, basically.
Yeah. No, I know. It's interesting to consider that because of how long this franchise has lasted. Because there's a world where this franchise doesn't exist after Die Another Day. And thankfully we didn't get that world. Thankfully we got this wonderful arc of 5 movies that are, for the most part, really damn enjoyable.
Agreed.
I also thought the Ana de Armas sequence was refreshing, that, you know, they just meet up and then do their job and then they just part ways, and there's not like the traditional Bond, like, oh, I got to hook up with her before she goes.
Yeah. I love too that you've only been on this for 3 weeks, and she said, yeah.
And she turns out to be a badass anyway.
Yeah. Her innocence, but is great until she's, you know, thrust into action, and she's pretty badass. So,
and she's given character too. She's allowed to be nervous prior. Like she
make
has
her James Bond. I'm down.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I have him every once in a while.
What do you think Sean Connery would have thought of it?
I don't know. He's dead.
I know, but just
I don't think he liked any Bond movies after he left. Like he didn't even like making the Bond movies he did.
I understand that. I'm just asking a nice rhetorical. Well, okay, fine. What did Timothy Dalton think of it?
Is that a rhetorical question?
No, that's a genuine question. I want Timothy Dalton's opinion on most things.
I'm sure he liked it as much as he liked Model Town through his jaw.
He wants whatever's best for the greater good. The
greater good. Will you stop saying the greater good? The greater good.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Brad. I was like, isn't it? It's been so long since I've seen that movie. I was like, is it for the greater good?
Oh, God. Can we review Hot Fuzz next week?
No. Next week is The Last Duel.
No. Next week is not The Last Duel, Corinne.
Yes, it is.
No. Well,
next
The Last
week,
Duel you mean is Ryan, take it away.
Next week on Real Nerds Podcast, we'll be seeing Halloween Kills as our film of the week.
Yes!
We'll see if the Strode women can take down Michael Myers once and for all.
No.
Or what if, Ryan, the mob led by Tommy Doyle goes way out of control and the ghost of Dr. Loomis has to stop them and Michael at the same time?
Spoiler alert, he's not going to die.
I know there's already a sequel called Halloween.
Well, yeah, we know.
Yeah,
They're filming
this
the
is a trilogy.
sequel next month. I'm just saying.
I'm guessing they don't do it. They don't succeed.
So yeah, we'll do that next week. And I'm thinking November 12th for Film Explosion 2011.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because Eternals is the week before, and the following week there's a movie, but I can't remember what it is. But it's I think that'll work the best.
It's Ghostbusters after.
Because Ghostbusters is the week after the 12th.
Yeah, so that sounds good to me.
Okay.
Cool.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks away. So get those lists in.
Yep.
Alrighty.
All right. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you at the movies.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Real Nerds Podcast. Real Nerds Podcast is a production of Nebulous Visions Multimedia. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill and Plan 9 Studios for our kick-ass theme song. Also, if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a cool place to see movies, we see them at the Alamo Draft House in Littleton and now also in Sloan's Lake. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics for supplying us with all our comic needs, especially you, Andrew. You know who you are. And a big shout out to James's mom. I'm giving you an electronic hug that you can feel through the airwaves. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.